Sometimes all you need is a little boost in the brain. This is Nootropic by Transparent Labs, and this video is completely unsponsored and unbiased. I know I'm wearing the t-shirt here, but it's just a good t-shirt to wear at the gym, and I'm coming off from the workout, going straight into the review of Nootropic by Transparent Labs. Now this is version 2. They improved on a couple things, but first, let's go over the label and then we'll go into my experience. So the first ingredient in here, vitamin B6, and it's in the proper form of P5P. So that means you're going to be getting the most highly bioavailable vitamin B6 form, because if you're getting the other form, pyridoxine, that does the opposite. You'll feel fatigued. So with the proper form in here, and now Transparent Labs is putting the right form in their other supplements, we can't really go wrong anymore. So vitamin B6 will help turn food into energy, helping you feel, it's the foundation of energy basically. Vitamin B6 and B12, they both do the relatively same thing. The next ingredient is folate. This is a form of vitamin B9 and should help with cell growth and division. Then we have Citicoline. This is in the patented form of cognizine, 300 milligrams, and it will help with mental energy, boosting that acetylcholine production, helping you feel focused and concentrated all day long, because it also plays in synergy with huperzine, which we'll get to in a second. But the next ingredient is serine aid. This is 50% phosphatidylserine, and it is dosed at 200 milligrams. It will help reduce the aging effect on your brain, and it will also help with memory. So it's a very good ingredient to have if you are trying to prevent and reduce the aging effects on your mind. And then we have theanine. Theanine, 200 milligrams. A lot of you may hate it, but it's a versatile ingredient which should induce relaxation without causing drowsiness. So that means you'll be in the zen, in the zone throughout the day, while having smooth focus and energy without any jitters or left and turns, like just a smooth ride from point A to point B. Then, if it's combined with caffeine, it works even better since it provides a long-lasting source of energy while preventing any dips or sudden increases or spikes in energy. Then we have caffeine. Caffeine, 100 milligrams. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but we'll get to my experience in a second, and I'll explain how it was actually pretty good, especially in a nootropic formula. Then we have Cognique. This wasn't in the previous version of nootropic, but this is 100 milligrams. It will have an effect on the brain, like a positive effect, but it has mostly a euphoric effect. It makes you feel good. That's the reason why a lot of pre-workouts that have this ingredient, you tend to feel good. And it's also a good antioxidant. It's extracted from coffee bean extract. And so it's a well-rounded formula, but we still have 2 more ingredients. Estrogen, 50 milligrams to help you absorb all the ingredients, because it boosts the bioavailability of all the ingredients that you're taking it with. Then we have huperzine. Huperzine, 300 micromilligrams. So that means it should be 100%, meaning if this was 1%, then it would be 30 milligrams. But looking how there's no percentage, we're assuming that it is 100%, which is normal to see in supplements. But 300 micromilligrams, that's actually on the higher end. It's not maxed out to beyond the recommended dosing, but 300 micromilligrams is the upper limit to how much you should be taking on a regular basis. And this huperzine will it will prolong the effects of increased acetylcholine production in your mind. So when you're combining it with a choline ingredient like Citicoline, which is in here, you'll have an increased production of acetylcholine, while huperzine just prevents the acetylcholine from decreasing, allowing you to have all-day focus and mental energy sort of thing. And it works really well. Huperzine and choline together, that's all you need. Everything else is extra. So what's the experience like? Well, this is a very interesting experience because there's only 100 milligrams of caffeine in here. And I've used this on my off days, and I've also used this on a week where I was only taking 200 milligrams of caffeine in a pre-workout, and this worked really well. Let me tell you, this works a lot better than the previous version. I definitely feel the mood uplift and the focus from beginning to end, literally. Even though there's very minimal caffeine, for me it was enough. 100 milligrams, I'm sitting on the computer, I don't need to be shaking, or I don't need any super euphoric rides of high elevation of energy or anything like that. The focus on here is perfection. There is no forced tunnel vision or anything like that. But for me, I'm easily distracted, and using this, I'm easily focused on the task at hand without sidetracking. And of course, I still have the constant issue of multitasking that's just powering through the tasks at hand. I mean, I'm never working on one task at a time, but this was super good for me to sit there and go through work where I'm usually like distracted or I feel tired and the mental energy is down. Like if I didn't take this, but taking this, it was the complete opposite. I had mental energy, I had mental focus, nothing crazy again. Like you're not going to get your Adderall effects from this. And believe me, I believe that I do have that ADD thing, but I don't know if I actually do. I was never diagnosed. But I definitely have trouble focusing on things, especially if I don't enjoy the task. And on the computer, it's easy to fall asleep, or not to fall asleep, but to lose, the line of tasks at hand and to lose motivation. But this kept me in the zone. And of course, I was able to get up and take breaks. It wasn't like forced or anything like that again. But this is a very natural, a very optimized way to stay focused. And it also has a vitamin B6. The problem with most supplements, they contain the wrong version of vitamin B6. And there's actually a study showing a paradox of using that form of vitamin B6 actually leads to decreased function of vitamin B6. So you're getting the opposite effect, and you're getting the tiredness, the lethargy, the depression, you basically increase the risk for mental issues in the long run. Of course, like 1 bottle, 2 bottles, 1 month here and there, it may not do that much damage, but overall, in the long term, you want to look at the right forms of vitamins, because taking the wrong thing will do damage. But having that foundation of vitamin B6 and B12, fantastic. And their pre-workout containing zinc and boron, very important minerals and vitamins to have in an athlete's life. So taking the 200 milligram caffeine pre-workout for a week, I did feel tired sometimes, and it wasn't enough, and the focus wasn't really there because it didn't really have that much focus. And we're talking about bulk from Transparent Labs, which has alpha GPC. But using this the day after, I noticed a complete opposite effect. I was completely focused. It was a complete better experience that I preferred to have from a nootropic. And from the bulk pre-workout, which has some focus, this is a big jump. And also, I have also combined this with bulk, and this helps a lot. But of course, as a standalone, this was fantastic. Using it on my off days, using it the week after the 200 milligram pre-workout week, fantastic. Never felt sleepy, never felt tired in my mind. I was usually I would, even with 100 milligrams caffeine, it's hard to stay focused from the beginning to end. And huperzine has a long half-life. So this leads to the question, should you be taking this every day? No, unless you take it for like a month, and then you take a week off after. Or what you could do is use this 4 to 5 times per week. And you can also use it as a pre-workout. That way you can cycle off this huperzine, because huperzine has a long half-life. I believe it's 12 hours, and it literally stays in your system for 24 hours. So if you're taking it on a regular basis, one day you're gonna get up and you're gonna be like, I feel a bit weird, kind of like you didn't sleep that well, and you kind of feel alert and awake in the morning. It's a weird feeling, but it's nothing risky or dangerous or anything like that. It just affects the sleep. And of course, it might be risky in the long run to take this every day for months on end. You should be cycling your supplements, but huperzine especially does have a long half-life. So 4 to 5 times per week max. You can use it once or twice a week. You don't have to use it constantly to get the full benefits of having increased focus and better mental health. But basically, this is just a supplement you take just to focus on something, right? And it's not like something you would take on a you could take it on a long-term basis. So basically this is a nootropic aid, and since this has 100 milligrams of caffeine, I only took 2 capsules all the time, by the way, but since it has 100 milligrams of caffeine, it works well with many pre-workouts that have, it just depends on your tolerance on how much caffeine you can handle. But if you have a pre-workout with 300 milligrams of caffeine and you added this, then the 100 milligrams would turn that into 400 milligrams, this combined with the pre-workout. And of course, just check if the pre-workout has huperzine already, because this has huperzine. Just make sure you don't go over, 400 micro milligrams or 400 milligrams or 40 milligrams, 1%. So either it's maximum 40 milligrams, 1%, or 400 micro milligrams, 100%, if that makes sense. So you will have better focus, you will have better mental clarity, you will have better mental clarity, and you will feel focused from beginning to end. Choline and huperzine, these 2 ingredients help really well with this, but having everything else is extra, and it does have a mood uplift, which I really like as well, and it's much needed after using many days or many weeks of high stimulant pre-workouts where the withdrawals kind of get down and kind of bad the next time, or the time I don't use it, right? So super good. I've gone through more than half the bottle. Super good to use. I've only used 2 capsules at once. You don't need 4 capsules. No way. I don't think you need 4 capsules, because then you would get double the huperzine. And I don't think, it does say you can take it twice a day, but again, 2 capsules is enough, more than enough. And it has 30 servings, so 1 month worth of focus and concentration. So where do you get this from? You can get the link in the description or the link in the comments. It'll also give you the discount code, or the latest discount code will be displayed in the description. And of course, if you purchase from my link, you do support the channel and you do support my work, which I appreciate very much. But again, you don't have to buy anything. You are supporting by watching this channel. So you can check out the best nootropic pre-workouts. I do have that video up as well. And I do have other pre-workouts that are from Transparent Labs if you do want something clean, naturally flavored, and sweetened. So fantastic formula. I really like this one more than the first version. And catch you in the next one. All right, stay focused.